Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 5 of our Dirt Rally 2 Traditional Rally Career Mode. Last episode out, for those of y'all that didn't see it, we took home a handsome victory in Sweden. Definitely unexpected if you've been keeping up with the episodes, but we powered through it, minimal mistakes, and unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the events that unfolded this weekend. I won't spoil it too much for you guys, but our old stomping ground here in the USA ended quite poorly for us. Well, didn't end poorly, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But before we hop onto stage, let's take care of the team first. Of course, the co-driver, the one in the car with us, we're going to go ahead and upgrade that wheel replacement ability in case we get a flat out on stage. You want to be prepared for it. And our main engineer is also in need of some love here, because if we look down at the drivetrain repairability, you'll see it's at 1 out of 5. Let's bump that up to 2 out of 5. Team's making quite a bit of money as of recently. Let's not let the ego get too into our heads. It's a little too late for that foreshadowing. But we are going to load in here, look at the rally as a whole. New England, USA, one of my favorite rallies in the game, aesthetically, stage-wise, super fun rally. And as you see over the championship recap, quite a good season for us. And looking at the standings, very good season for us. And because of J. King's blunder in Sweden, we could mathematically lock out this championship with a victory this weekend. Obviously, that's what we're aiming for. As you see, we're doubling down, putting the engine on the fastest mapping, upgrading the spring durability, and repairing the car before we head out onto the stage. Gonna be almost $1,000 worth of repairs, but as you see in the top right corner, not that big of an issue for us, thankfully. But enough yapping, let's get to tracking, and I'll see y'all out on stage. All right, so loading into New England for our first stage, Fury Lake Depart, 4.28 miles with only 154 feet of elevation. Not a particularly mountainous area that we are in. As you see, flat stages, countryside views here. And what's more American than a Monster Energy sign, huh? Feeling right at home here as we load in, taking a look over the car. And of course, as always, we'll take a look over the rally weekend in general. 4.28 miles, 3.73 miles, 7.77 miles, and 3.79 miles stages round out our weekend, none of which with particularly heavy elevation changes. And we are going to go for the soft tires here. And for the first time, we take a look at the spare tire count. For those of you that don't know, we can choose to take an extra or none at all. I opt for the default one, and usually we go with no commentary for the first stages here, but something special happened, and we're going to go ahead and stay on board for this one, but you'll see what I mean here in a second.
6 left, opens 150, good luck.
All right, first stage in the US of A. Let's see how it goes for us as we go ahead and load in here. Get back into our camera really quick, wait for the lights to go down.
1, go.
Launch the car, hard on the dirt here, but this thing is slow. It's going to take us a second to get up to speed here for the 6 over 150. Going to get a lot of speed early in the stage here and see how the momentum goes. And we hear that caution call, 6 left long 30, turn unseen hairpin right, which is why we got that caution call. Slotted in for the 6 here, look for the hairpin entrance. We see it up ahead of us, and we stop a little preemptively, don't want to overshoot it. And there is a broken down car on the side of the road there. Super unfortunate for that guy. His first stage of the race to be out like that sucks for that guy, but he was not in our class. We're going to keep on chugging along. We got a 4 left over crest jump, wait for that to come over here, and early goings here. And notice how many times I take some of these corners a lot slower than I should. I'll go over it more when something big happens, but just kind of pay attention to my looseness over the stage. It leads into something bigger here. Here's that super sharp left that was called and immediately into a 4 right. We got our speed down, had to hit a lot of handbrakes to get the car turned in there. And now we back over to this 4 right into 6 left over crest. We're going to get the speed back up, 6 right over jump. Make sure we get our angle correct as we're coming in here. Where's a 6 right, over jump right here, angle the car over the jump, make sure we're good. And then we heard a 3 coming, so we slow it down for the 3. 4 right turns, or tightens 1 that is, hard on the brakes into this 1. Make sure we get it in, and then hard on the gas as soon as we made it there. 4 left into 4 right, very long tightens, so watch your approach into this 4 right here because we know it's going to get sharper. We're going to let off a little bit here, anticipating the tightens. There it is. Kept decent speed there, and now we're going to get our speed really going here. 4 right over jump, and did not slow it down enough for that 4 right as we swung it wide and hit the tree. Had a little bit of trouble listening to the calls this weekend. I did record this footage quite tired. I got home from my night class and put this together, so you're going to see quite a few mistakes here, and I figured we'd keep this all in as a learning opportunity. to always listen to your co-driver. There's a moment where you don't see the stage in front of you, the co-driver's there for a reason, you have to listen to the calls, or you're going to get sketchy moments like that one and some of the subsequent ones that'll happen in this rally. As we go ahead and lock back in here and see what's going on, we got a 4 right, don't cut call, and you see why is there are huge rocks on the inside of the turn there. 4 left, tightens 3 over junction, approaching it here. We know it's going to tighten into a 3, so we're hard on the brakes, waiting for it to tighten, and there's a huge tightening section right there. But I don't know if I missed a long call, but that seemed a lot longer than usual. You saw me having to turn in, expecting it to tighten, and then turn back out to make sure I don't just steer off the track. Now we're back up to speed. We got a 6 left over crest, currently 11 seconds over our competitor, as we have kept decent pace throughout the stage. Going over with decent speed right now. We're in 4th gear. We're pedal to the metal. The car is just slow, chugging along. We call a 5 right, tightens 4, so we're going to give a little flip of the brake, let it in, and we're going to downshift in the 3rd there because we hit the brakes turning in for that. 4 left into 5, 200. We know we're going to be pedal to the metal for this next section, and let's see how much speed we can gain over the course of this speed section here as I said, pedal to the metal, look at the clear stage in front of us. We are just going to send it through here. We hear the 5 right jump long tighten, so we're going to slow it down a little bit, angle the car for the jump, just like that. A little bit rough on the landing. We're still fighting the car, understeer off the stage and into a stump. Not even a problem with misinterpreting the calls there, just took way too much speed and got very shoddy on the landing. And I don't know if we have major damage. We did have quite a heavy contact with that log, so we will find out. And again, trouble listening to the calls. Very bad line going into that low speed section as we're going to kind of pucker up over this super tight bridge. We hear the late hairpin left around bales, so I slammed the brakes here, not knowing that there were 2 sets of hay bales, and this stage is off to not a fantastic start. Swing it wide for that hairpin there, the front wheel drive car, and now we've got consecutive 5s, knowing that we're going to be able to get up to decent speed here. Just find your line, listen to the calls. There's the 5 right, there's the 5 left. And we got a 6 right long water splash. First time this career that we've had a water splash call. We're going to come over right here into the huge water puddle. I actually downshift into 3rd because we lose so much speed there, and we're going to go back hard on the acceleration here all the way through this flat section. You heard the 6 left call. We know we're going to keep going. A 30 call into a 6 right over crest long. Again, pedal to the metal, huge speed through here. Keep your angle right over the crest. Trust the call, just like that. We're still middle of the stage. You hear a 6 left, extra long, tightens cut 3. Slow the car down, look for the cut. There it is. We're going to go super heavy on the inside there, keep our speed there. And now 4 right 40. Find your angles as always, and a little lack of confidence there. You see me go for the correction that just loses us and swings us out wide. Car very unforgiving front wheel drive wise, because once you correct it, this thing is just a boat and it goes wherever it has momentum. So confidence in the corners will net you great times here, but when you don't listen to the calls and you have a bunch of self-doubt, you're going to slow down a lot. And although we won by 22 seconds, we have admittedly noticed that we are significantly better than the AI at this point. So I'm trying to learn, yeah, you beat the AI by 22 seconds, but you should have been faster. Should have been paying attention to the calls. You see big damage to the front of the car, hopefully nothing too bad. And looking over the stage here, 448 first in our class, of course. Looking over the splits, looks like we did better everywhere despite some of our blunders. But here's the real one: minor body damage, wheel wobbling, and high engine temperature. So looks like that collision with the rock or the tree log, whatever it was not too great for our car. As we load into the second stage here, the Hancock Hill Sprint Forward, 3.73 miles. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a redemption stage. And now this one is going to be the no commentary run. Let's get into it.
Opens of a crest into 6 right long of a crest. Good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 6 left, opens of a crest. Into 6 right long of a crest. Into 6 left. And 6 right long, opens of a crest, 50, 4 left. Into don't cut 3 right long of a crest. Keep right of a 40, 3 left. Into 2 right, very long, past junction, opens 30, 3 right, 30, cut 4 left of a crest, keep middle of a 150, caution, 4 left of a crest, narrow, 30, keep middle of a crest, 50, 5 left, and 6 right, 30, 6 right, opens, keep middle of a crest, into keep right, into 4 left, 150, 4 right, into slow, 6 left, 30, turn unseen, 1 right. Opens 100, turn unseen, square left. .60, turn 1 left. Opens 3 long. Sudden turn 2 right, 80, turn 1 right long of a double junction. Opens into 6 left long, tightens, turn hairpin left. Opens flat of a crest long, 30. 6 left, and turn 4 right, 40. 6 right of a crest, slow 50, turn very tight hairpin left. 30. 4 right long, opens 90. 4 left long, tightens, 200. Flat left of a crest, past junction, 200. Slow, turn unseen, 1 right. Into 5 left long, opens and crest. Into 6 left, 50. Jump, 4 right long, 80. Crest, into 6 left long, tightens 4. To keep middle of a jump, 80. Turn 3 right, 100. Turn unseen, narrow 4 left of a crest jump. Opens long, 6 left of a double jump. Into cut 5 right. To keep left of a crest and keep middle of a crest, 50, over finish, cut 6 left long to stop.
All right, so quite the redemption stage indeed. Almost a 40-second victory at the end of that one. We were moving, and besides from a rogue drone and some engine ticking, presumably from damage, pretty solid stage from us, all things considered. This car sucks, though. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. For some other content for this channel, I drove the H1 Mini Cooper for a Colin McRae series, and my lord, did I realize how much of a bathtub this thing is. But all said and done, it's working out for us, as we are now up quite a bit in this rally, coming into the first service interval. Let's see how bad that engine damage is, and a quick overview of Stage 3, North Fork Pass, 7.77 miles. This is a long one. Got to stay locked in the entire time. As usual, this USA rally, very minimal elevation changes. But now, the big if, how big is the damage? Damage to the exhaust and the radiator, which would explain the overheating. Which one is worth fixing? We're going to check for other damage here. We have bodywork damage from the collision, as well as wheel geometry and lights. Now, this is a night stage, so fixing the lights is our first of the first, and fixing the radiator, stop the overheating, is definitely our next move. We get the exhaust. Do we have time to fix the bodywork as well, is the question. We're going to opt not for it. We're going to go ahead and get wheel geometry, which would mean that we can't do anything to the bodywork. But, you know, function over form. Got to make sure the car works. If it doesn't look pretty, we'll deal with it later. Hopefully, we can stay locked in for this 7.7 mile stage, and we are going to opt for the soft tires once again. Just kidding. We're going for the mediums. It's 2 relatively longer stages, Didn't want to risk the softs. Now hopefully we acclimate to the lack of grip correctly. Let's see what happens.
Starts 50, 6 left over crest, into 6 right over crest, extra long, 30. Good luck.
All right, quite a few instructions coming here in the beginning, and you see how dark it is on the stage right now. Listening to the calls is going to be paramount for success on this stage. Lights go down. Let's see what happens. So we get a very sluggish start into the dirt here. 6 left over crest as we heard. 6 right over crest, extra long. We're going to get a lot of speed early here. Let's see how well we cope with it once we really get up to speed here. First 4 right is our first actual turn here as far as we're concerned. Let's see how we approach it. Little lift off of the throttle, let the oversteer come in, catch it with the front wheel drive correction, that is. And now we know there's a 3 left approaching. Are we going to hit the brakes? Yes, we hit the brakes and a downshift and still understeer greatly. It would appear we are caught off guard by the medium tires in the beginning. Let's hope we can adjust to it quickly. As you see, we are all over the place right now. Continuing along on the stage, we have a 6 left over crest long. We're going to get back up to speed here, shift it into 4th gear, and just get ready to soar. We heard the caution call. Turn 4 through very narrow gate, so we're going to slow down hard here, anticipating the 4 right. There's the narrow gate. We go ahead and get it all right here. We know there's a water splash coming. Are we going to have to slow down enough to downshift here? Let's see. Maximum momentum. Send it through the water. Didn't lose that much speed through there. And yes, we are going to stay in 4th gear, keeping our momentum. Now we downshift into 3rd for the 4 right. 5 left. Turn cut 4 left into hairpin right. So hard on the brakes. Cut right there. Hard on the brakes, and we swing it a little wide, not giving ourselves a good angle for that hairpin. Very, very slow through there, even considered. And now, narrow bridge after 120. 6 left long, tightens, don't cut, turn 3, so we know we're going to be hard on the brakes here. Stick to the right-hand side, hard on the brakes into 3rd gear. Find your line, you know it tightens eventually, and make it out just like that. 4 right long, 4 left long over crest. Lots of crest here, lots of blind corners. Trusting the calls in this darkness is scary, but when you get it right, as you see, we're keeping decent momentum, all things considered. We have a 6 right extra long, tightens 5 over crest, so wait for that. We see this coming crest, we know that's when it tightens, so we're just going to angle the car correctly, just like this. Find it for the 5 right, and we know it's going to turn into a 3 here soon. Watch your line, know when to slow down. We see the kink in the road, we know it's going to cut into a 3. Downshifting into 3rd gives us enough of a slowdown there, so we refine our line. Now we're going to shift back into 4th for this 4 long, because we know that it's going to be a long sweeping corner. Back into the 5 right, we know speed is still up, and just finding our line here is working so well for us. We have a 5 right at sign. There's the sign, and we did not listen to the call. Questioned because it was a blind corner, and we just second-guessed the call. You saw us adjust over that crest, swing it wide, horrible landing, swing off the track. I think we kind of clipped a tree with the rear of our car. I don't believe we have a flat, but what we did is lose a bunch of time. Sounds like we don't have a flat at the moment, but we have to come back and recover from this. Still a long way to go in this stage. Hopefully no more major incidents. As you see, we have lost quite a bit of time. Locking back in the stage here, we have a 4 left long, tightens, don't cut, and we'll see why the don't cut call comes in a second. You see on the left-hand side there, a massive stack of rocks. Obviously don't want to smack that. And now back up to momentum decently here. Looks like we didn't have any major damage from the switch up, just a little time loss. And now we have a 5 left, caution, 3 right, tightens over crest. Slow the car down, wait for the crest. There's the crest, there's the tightens, and just like that, find your lines. We are listening to the calls again, and you see what happens when you do. Feel like a parent telling their kid to eat their vegetables over and over again, but as soon as you stop trusting the calls, you have massive shunts just like that one. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can continue the rest of the stage without any mishaps, as we have a lot of really tight forest sections here. Very similar to last rally, with a lot of sweeping turns immediately getting cut by some sort of 3 call. You see we have the 6 into the 3, and then we have a 4 right, slow 4 left long, tighten square left. Quite the speed change here. You see the direction indicators, you know the square left is here. A little bit of too slow through here, to be completely honest, but we are going to keep it chugging. 4 right over 30. Lock it in for that. As always, make sure that you adjust your angle over the crest if it's called, so that you don't have a bad landing like earlier in the stage. Back up to speed here decently, and then of course, as always, slow it back down to the section right here. It's a 4 left, tightens 2. Wait for the tightens. You see the kink in the road there, and we know what the driver called. Didn't slow it down the left though. It has a very wide line into that right one. Very slow through there. It looks like we're still up on the CPU through this next section that we'll see at the end. Keeping decent speed here. I'm over the track, listening for stay right, stay left calls. We have 4 right over jumps, don't cuff 4 left long, so we know it's a 4 right, don't cut on this upcoming corner. We'll see why, of course. Tree on the inside, turn late hairpin left. Make sure we're going to slam the gears down here. If we see it,
6 right long.
in my word,
130.
once again, not listening to the calls. We apparently, that time, instead of not listening to the directional call, we did not listen to the distance. We definitely misjudged our braking zone going into that hairpin.
Keep middle of a
Had to
crest.
lose quite a bit of time there.
Into
If we were on the
6
higher
right.
difficulties, this
And keep right
rally
over
might be
200.
out of our hands already. We have a 6 right 200 call, so you see we are going to gain a lot of speed here. Even in this hunk of junk, we are at the top of 4th gear. We have a 4 right Titans hairpin right. So I slow down preemptively approaching this hairpin, and again, misjudging the distance. You see me getting back on the gas, pressing the brake again, getting back on the gas, just wondering when the hairpin's going to come. Finally find to get around it ever so slowly. And once again, speed right back up. 6 left, 5 right, 6 left into 80. We're just hard momentum changes here, listening to the calls here like a broken record. You have to do it, especially on stages this long. Don't cut 5 long over crest. We see the don't cut. There's a fence on the inside. Swing it over there. Get a little bit of the outside wall there, but we kept our momentum up and didn't come away with a flip, thankfully. And now we are moving through these New England back forests. We got a 6 left into 4 right Titans, so we're going to get a decent amount of brake there, find our angle on the entry, and power out of it. Slow in, fast out. Just because we're not on a racetrack doesn't mean we can't use good technique, right? 6 left, 6 right, extra long, Titans 5, so you're going to hold this angle for quite a few seconds, and then a Titans 5 right there. A little bit of let off, induce oversteer for the front wheel drive cars, all you need for corners like that. And now we have a 5 left over 150. Again, much of these rallies, you're going to see a common theme of don't get ahead of yourself, because as soon as you get the high speed sections, you get something like a 1 right. And we're going to come in here, didn't listen to distance again. Absolutely abysmal showing of concentration this stage, as once again, we do not listen for the distance calls, horribly misjudge our braking zones, and we just lose so much time there. Had to turn it around once again. And for those of y'all that hear the audio cutting in and out in the background, I do apologize for that. It appears my headset was not connected correctly during this recording session, and it kept unplugging and plugging back in. It made the audio cut out, and unfortunately nothing I could do about it in post, so sorry about that. But it doesn't happen too often. We are getting towards the end of this stage here, so let's lock in one more time, see if we can get through at least the end part with decent pace and no mistakes. We've got 100 over jump into 120, massive speed section here. There's the jump. Here's the 120. We got a crest, jump, 5 right, so we're going to adjust our angle over the jump, knowing that the 5 right is approaching, and just like that, we have set ourselves up for a gray line through there. 100 big jump into 40. Where's the big jump right here? Let's see how big it really is. Nothing special, not gonna lie. That was a little bit of an overhype from our co-driver. We've got a 4 left into 6 right 70. We are up 41 seconds despite our blunders. Like I said, the AI difficulty needs to improve ASAP Rocky, because we are just destroying these stages even with plenty of mistakes. But we're going to close it out right now as we come through this final sweeping section, very common at this particular rally. 6 right into slow, 6 left. Now, why did we get the slow call? We've got 6 right wrong, 6 right long, Titans 3. That's why we got that slow call, because the 3 right was approaching. Find it right there. A little bit of understeer there. Did not choose the best line through that corner. We've got a 5 right, opens 30. 4 right long, Titans 50. There's that 50. We've got another 4 right Titans, and you see a little bit of confidence through these corners. I believe that this stage kind of shook us. We lost quite a bit of confidence because of all of our blunders, and I'm just taking awful lines through most of these corners. Definitely a stage to forget, but you learn from your mistakes, right? Hopefully this next one is not as abysmal, as we still end up winning by 50 seconds. And I gotta lie, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of hurts my feelings, man. I want the pressure to be up, make me be punished for my mistakes. I will not have many complaints about Dirt Rally 2, but the fact that you're kind of locked into the super easy difficulties and can't go further without winning is kind of whack. I wish I could start from the beginning with some challenge, because with the amount of mistakes that we made that particular stage, winning by almost a minute, that should never happen, especially because we chose the slowest car in the game. But I digress, right? We rise next season. Faster car, faster opponents. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more competitive, as I'm sure the videos with absolutely no competition aren't as exciting as the ones down the road are going to be. So those of you that are sticking in now in the slow cars, y'all are the real ones. Trust me, I'll remember you. As we load into the last stage here, obviously we have a huge lead here. All we have to do is have minimal mistakes, and we will own this rally and mathematically win the championship, meaning that our struggles were not for nothing. All for nothing, or all for glory. Let's find out as the lights go down for the last stage of this rally. We've got a 6 left, keep in over crest, 6 right over crest. So again, early goings here, very fast. In fact, I believe this is the same section of stage that we did at the start of the last rally. We have just cut the stage in half this time. So we know what we're racing on, I believe, as we got a 2 left here early into the stage. 6 left, 160. Massive speed through here at the moment. We might even get towards the top of 4th here, depending on if this uphill lets off or not. We've got a 4 right 50, which means we're going to slow it down right here. There's the 4 right. At least I thought. Threw it in a little early. You see me kind of let the car do its thing, trying to straighten out, let the corner do its thing. We've got a 6 left into 6 right. Just plant it in the middle. Find your line. Foot to the floor. Trust the car. Trust the calls. Slow 70. Hard unpin. Wow. Hairpin right. There we go. Slow it down for the hairpin. I actually kept decent speed through one of those for once. 4 left long 30. And a little lack of instruction here. As these cars are so slow, the co-driver has to take massive gaps in between the pace notes. And that's a little disheartening, but, you know, we're almost there. As over that jump, we swung it a little towards the inside there, hit that wall quite hard. Looks like there was not damage to the car, as we got a 5 left, tightens 3 into narrow bridge. So slow it down because we know the narrow bridge is coming, but do not slow it down fast enough. Understeer. Yikes, man. Understeer. Killing us there. Try to reverse it as fast as possible. Make it onto, albeit the call was correct. This is a very narrow bridge, but trouble slowing the car down, understeering into the wall there. At least we did not go into the river. Glass half full. We've got a 4 right, opens 100. Slotted in there. We know it's going to open, so we can get on the gas early, and it'll just open up for us just like that. Into 100, into 4 left. Going to get some speed here. We might not have to hit the brakes into this 4 left because we were already going slow enough. 50 into jump, into 50. Just keep your foot planted over the jump, into 50. 6 left, over crest, into 4 right, tightens. Find your line towards the left-hand side here because you know a right turn is coming up. So let off the gas and do that oversteer. Swing it around while keeping your momentum up. And that's exactly how it is done right there. We've got a 3 right Titan, so we are going to give it just a little bit of brakes and a downshift. Make sure that we get it in there as there's the Titan. And right into a 3 left, don't cut because we got that ditch on the inside. A lot of those tiny calls can be the difference between binning it and not binning it. That don't cut, if we didn't listen, we would have been in that ditch losing so much time, maybe even a wheel, as we are in this pretty cool little sweeping high-speed section. The calls are very important to get max speed through here, but we are put to the floor for most of it and just sweeping through these corners. Look at that. Completely blind jump there, trusting the call sticking in the middle of the track, as now we are back into the 4 section. A little over halfway done through the stage at the moment. We've got 4 right into 5 left, opens over crest. And when we hear those crests, you know, right there, 5 left opens over the crest and then to another crest, 150. Quite a bit of open stage here in between calls, into 4 left, 50. Make sure that we get our line through here. Swing it a little bit towards the right-hand side of the stage. Love tap the brake, and we know we've got a good little racing line through that corner. Get a little bit of the inside stage used. And look at that, keeping high speed through these 4s and right calls because we are trusting them, and oh my goodness, swinging it wide, we tap that sign on the inside, and we have a puncture on the left rear. Very little distance left to go in the stage. We are going to try and thug it out. Because it is a front-wheel drive car, puncture on the rear isn't as big of a deal, but look at me fighting the car. The steering wheel is going to start having a lot more movement because any change in direction, the car is not going to like it. If you see it, it's kind of floating. Minimal steering input, so any sort of right direction is going to make that left rear end swing out because of the flat, and we are just going to be fighting this the entire way. Pace is going to slow down significantly. Tight hairpin right with a flat back left is going to be difficult turning the car, and to see under braking the car fighting me wanting to go towards the right here. Ripped the handbrake just to force the car to turn around, and then had trouble finding first on the exit there. A little bit of clutch mishap by me, and now we are going to charge again into the hairpin left, and you see every time we're on the brakes the car is fighting us so hard. I don't know at the stage if just replacing the tire would have been faster. I don't think so. We've kept decent pace, and there was very little left in the stage. We just have to hope that the tire doesn't pop before we cross the finish, because then we're going to lose quite a bit of grip. But it looks like we are fine at the moment. We're going to play it safe, slow the car down. We know we've realistically won this rally, and we still win that stage by about 4 seconds despite our mishaps. And that means so much more than a victory in our hometown. We learned quite a bit about confidence, but most importantly, champions. We deserve it. Through the highs and the lows, we are mathematically champions in our first stage rally season. Fantastic achievement. Now, truth be told, am I super happy about this one? Not particularly. Like you heard from my little rant earlier, the AI difficulty in these early stages is very, very slow. But it's going to get faster as well as other cars. The excitement's going to go up. And realistically, the faster the cars, bigger your mistakes tend to be, meaning that I might be getting too big of an ego here because the mistakes that I made this rally, if I'm going 30 miles an hour faster, might be the difference between a puncture and totaling the car. But regardless, we have won the championship, first place in every single race. We have won mathematically, and now I will leave it up to y'all. Those of y'all that have stuck around to the end, we have won mathematically. I know I want to get to the faster cars. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but if you guys vote to have me skip that last race, off-screen it, so that the next career episode can be us going straight into the faster cars, let me know. I do not mind skipping that last race because it is pointless. We have won mathematically, but for certain, we get to purchase a new car. And I'll show y'all our options. We got the H2 front-wheel drive, still a front-wheel drive format, but about 500 pounds less with quite a bit more horsepower. Now, a rear-wheel drive H2, we've got the Ford Escort Mark II, almost 300 horsepower in a car that only weighs 2,000 pounds. That thing's a screamer, super fast. Also a screamer, the F2 kit cars, probably the ultimate front-wheel drive experience in rally. We can also go modern front-wheel drive, the R2. This is like WRC Junior cars, tiny little turbocharged cars, or naturally aspirated 4 cylinders, making a little under 200 horsepower, super, super light. Or if we want to dip our toes into the big boys, the all-wheel drive cars, we of course have the Subaru WRX or the Lancer Evo for the all-wheel drive section. And those are actually some of the slower front-wheel drive cars, so they're still a great stepping stone as far as head cannon goes for a career. But because I got the premium version of this game, we already have some of these cars. So for certain, I can tell y'all we have access to the Escort, that rear-wheel drive screamer. We've also got all of the kit car options. We've got the Peugeot, we've got the, I hope I'm not butchering this, I don't know if it's Seat or Seat because it's from Spain. We've got the Volkswagen Golf. Plenty of options, guys. But realistically, we're probably going to stick to some of the slower options. Everything I'm looking at now are the rallycross cars. Those don't count. But realistically, any of the cars I've shown you, the kit cars, the rear-wheel drive H2, the rear-wheel drive H3, I wouldn't mind stepping into the Stratos. It's not that fast. Definitely a good stepping stone. Let me know what y'all want to see. Any of the cars I just showed you right now are already in my garage because of DLC. We will guarantee those, or I can try my luck finding the car that you want in the used car dealership. But regardless, I am going to have to say thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate the views over this first season. A championship is a championship, and I want to thank you guys for sticking in and, viewing the series. Going forward, I cannot wait to go faster. Please let me know what cars you guys want to see, or I will choose myself if nobody comments. But I like when you guys get involved, man. I'm a small channel. I see your comments. I'll choose what you tell me to. But enough said. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.